Have you ever wondered, after 70, how much time do I have left to live a truly fulfilling life? Turning 70 isn't just a milestone. It's the moment your body begins to whisper to you about its future. Some people at this age still walk with vigor, have sharp minds, and live each day with positive energy. But others start to feel tired, suffer from sleeplessness, become frail, and lose connection with themselves. That difference isn't just about luck. It's not entirely about genetic inheritance either. It's about the small signs that most people overlook, yet have the incredible power to predict your longevity. In this video, you'll discover 7 scientifically proven indicators that can reveal your health status and life expectancy after 70. These are not vague theories but results from long-term research by leading scientists. From walking speed, grip strength, and daily breath, to the quality of your sleep, your emotions, and the meals you've missed, all of these are silently shaping the rest of your health journey. And the best part is, you can improve every one of these factors, starting today. Watch this entire video because sometimes just a small change can save you a long, prosperous life. 1. Walking speed. In modern geriatric medicine, walking speed is considered one of the most important biological indicators reflecting the overall health of people over 70. Unlike complex lab tests or hard-to-measure biomarkers, walking speed provides a direct glimpse into the activity and coordination of several key physiological systems: the cardiovascular system, respiratory function, musculoskeletal strength, and central nervous control. An elderly person who can walk briskly, steadily, and unaided is far less likely to develop chronic illnesses and can maintain independence in daily activities much longer than someone who walks slowly or has an unstable gait. According to a notable study published in JAMA, Journal of the American Medical Association, walking speed is closely correlated with 5 to 10-year survival rates among older adults. Specifically, individuals walking at less than 0.8 meters per second, roughly taking over 5 seconds to walk 4 meters, were shown to have double the risk of death compared to those maintaining a pace above 1.0 meters per second. This relationship isn't coincidental. Walking requires precise, real-time coordination. The heart pumps blood, the lungs exchange oxygen, the muscles activate, and the nervous system processes sensory input while maintaining balance. When any part of this system weakens, walking speed decreases, making it one of the earliest warning signs of hidden health issues. Slow walking isn't just a consequence of old age. It's often a manifestation of silent conditions like early-stage heart failure, anemia, peripheral neuropathy, sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, or the onset of cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease. The danger is that these changes happen gradually and are easily dismissed. Many older adults believe that slowing down a bit is just part of aging. But modern medicine proves the opposite. Those who maintain a stable, brisk walking pace are statistically more likely to live longer, healthier lives and avoid serious incidents such as falls, fractures, or loss of independence. The encouraging news is that walking speed is not fixed. It can be improved with timely interventions. First and foremost, maintaining a daily walking routine, ideally 20 to 30 minutes a day at a moderate pace, significantly boosts heart and lung capacity, strengthens leg muscles, and keeps the nervous system sharp. Adding simple strength training exercises like stair climbing, repeated sit-to-stand motions, walking backward, or walking uphill can significantly improve agility and coordination. Likewise, integrating reflex-enhancing routines like walking on uneven surfaces, one-legged balance drills, or gentle movement practices such as yoga or Tai Chi yields noticeable improvements in mobility and confidence. It's equally important to manage chronic conditions that affect mobility, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, Parkinson's disease, or cardiovascular disorders. Treating these underlying issues not only enhances overall wellness but also supports physical progress during rehabilitation. A simple test you can perform at home is the 4-meter walk test. Measure out 4 meters on flat ground, walk it at your normal pace, and time yourself. If it takes longer than 5 seconds, you may be in the high-risk zone and should begin taking steps to restore your mobility and strength immediately. More importantly, if you've noticed changes in your posture, instability while walking, or a growing need to hold onto furniture or people for balance, your body may already be signaling the need for focused physical intervention. Walking speed may seem trivial, but it's a silent mirror of your biological resilience. By keeping your stride steady today, you're investing in your future strength, autonomy, and quality of life. A steady step today could mean many more active, independent years ahead. 2. Grip strength. Another reliable predictor of health and longevity after age 70 is grip strength, a seemingly minor detail that speaks volumes about your body's internal condition. Over the past few decades, hand grip strength has been used as a clinical tool to assess not only physical health but also the overall resilience of the muscular, nervous, and immune systems, as well as a person's ability to recover from injury or illness. One study published in The Lancet, 2015, involving over 140,000 participants across 17 countries, revealed a striking finding. For every 5-kilogram decrease in grip strength, the risk of death from all causes increased by 16%, with a 17% higher risk of heart disease-related death and a 7 to 9% higher risk of stroke or heart failure. This correlation exists because grip strength isn't just a matter of hand muscles, it's a full-body performance test. Creating a stable, firm grip requires coordination from the central nervous system, peripheral nerves, blood circulation, and muscular function at both local and systemic levels. A weakening grip, therefore, is often the first sign that the body's strength, recovery capacity, or neurological responsiveness is starting to decline. In daily life, older adults typically first notice grip loss when performing common tasks, struggling to open a jar lid, feeling fatigue after carrying a shopping bag, losing confidence while shaking someone's hand, or dropping objects more often. These aren't merely inconveniences. They are early signs of sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass and function that accelerates with age and can lead to frailty, falls, hospitalization, and dependence on others. The good news? Grip strength can be maintained and even improved with consistent action. The first step is to incorporate targeted strength training into daily life. You don't need a gym or heavy equipment, just a few simple tools and routines. Try squeezing a soft stress ball, lifting light hand weights, doing wall push-ups, or using resistance bands. Gardening, cooking, carrying groceries, and hobbies like knitting or woodworking also naturally strengthen the hands and arms while providing a sense of purpose and joy. Activities like yoga, Pilates, or Tai Chi not only increase flexibility and balance but also require sustained muscle engagement that strengthens grip and stabilizing muscles without putting strain on joints. The key is consistency. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day of focused movement can prevent muscle atrophy and enhance physical confidence. Equally important is a nutrition plan that supports muscle health. Older adults should prioritize high-quality protein from sources like fish, lean meats, eggs, dairy, and legumes. A daily protein intake of 1.0–1.2 g per kilogram of body weight is recommended to prevent muscle loss. Additionally, nutrients like vitamin D, magnesium, omega-3 fatty acids, and zinc support muscle function, nerve health, and inflammation control. What many don't realize is that grip strength also correlates with immune system function. Research shows that seniors with stronger grips recover faster from surgery, have shorter hospital stays, and lower risks of chronic inflammation and infection. In this way, grip strength acts as a physiological mirror, offering a broad picture of how well your body is aging. You can evaluate your grip strength with a simple tool called a hand grip dynamometer, or you can use everyday tests. Can you open a tight jar without help? Can you carry 2 water bottles for 30 seconds without strain? Can you give a confident, firm handshake? If your answer is no, or if you notice a clear decline over the years, your body may be telling you it's time to act. Our hands are extensions of our independence. With strong hands, we cook, clean, lift, care, and create. But beyond the practical, grip strength is about dignity, autonomy, and control. It's the difference between asking for help and helping yourself. It's about aging with power, not passively, but actively, intentionally. So, if you're over 70, don't underestimate your handshake. Strengthening your grip may be one of the simplest, most effective steps you can take to protect your health, mobility, and freedom for years to come. 3. Lung capacity. Beyond walking speed and grip strength, another vital indicator of longevity after the age of 70 is lung capacity. In other words, how effectively your respiratory system delivers oxygen to the body. As we age, the lungs undergo significant changes. The diaphragm weakens, lung elasticity decreases, airways become more rigid, and the protective cough reflex slows down. These changes make breathing less efficient and, over time, compromise oxygen delivery to tissues and organs, contributing to fatigue, diminished cognitive performance, and increased vulnerability to disease. Research from Harvard Medical School has shown that those with healthy lung function in midlife are far more likely to live longer and with fewer illnesses later in life. The explanation is simple. Oxygen is essential for every cellular process: energy production, immune defense, brain function, and tissue repair. When your lungs can't supply enough oxygen, all systems in the body suffer. Your heart works harder, muscles fatigue faster, and your brain becomes foggy and more prone to cognitive decline. Unfortunately, many older adults ignore the early signs of reduced lung capacity. Feeling short of breath when walking uphill, tiring quickly after light physical activity, or breathing shallowly while at rest are often dismissed as normal effects of aging. But in reality, these symptoms may signal serious issues like early-stage chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, pulmonary fibrosis, heart failure, or simply muscle deconditioning from prolonged inactivity. The encouraging truth is that lung function can improve even after 70 with simple, consistent habits. One of the most effective techniques is practicing deep, controlled breathing every day. Most people breathe using just the upper chest, taking shallow breaths that don't fully engage the lungs. Learning diaphragmatic, belly breathing, where you consciously expand the abdomen with each inhale, helps bring air deep into the lower lobes of the lungs, where oxygen exchange is most efficient. Incorporating regular aerobic activity such as brisk walking, cycling, water aerobics, or dancing is also highly effective. These activities stimulate deeper breathing and help keep the respiratory muscles strong and responsive. Even gentle practices like singing, blowing up balloons, or blowing through a straw can help train the lungs and improve breath control, especially for those who are less mobile. The environment also plays a key role in respiratory health. Older adults should limit exposure to dust, smoke, mold, and chemical fumes, as the aging lung is more sensitive to pollutants. Ensuring proper ventilation at home, using air purifiers, and staying away from secondhand smoke are essential steps for maintaining optimal lung function. For those with diagnosed respiratory conditions, adhering to treatment plans, using inhalers correctly, and attending follow-ups are critical. One commonly overlooked link is between poor sleep quality and reduced lung function. Sleep apnea, often marked by loud snoring, pauses in breathing, and daytime fatigue, can drastically lower oxygen levels at night, stressing the heart and brain. If left untreated, it increases the risk of high blood pressure, stroke, and memory loss. If you experience poor sleep despite adequate rest, a sleep study might reveal hidden respiratory issues during sleep. You can perform a simple lung function check at home. Take a deep breath and count aloud as far as you can in a single breath. If you can't comfortably count past 15, or if you feel dizzy or short of breath, it may be time to consult a healthcare provider and begin lung strengthening exercises. Good respiratory health is not just about breathing, it's about thriving. Every cell in your body depends on a consistent supply of oxygen to function, regenerate, and protect you. A strong set of lungs keeps your heart working efficiently, your brain alert, and your immune system ready. Don't wait until you're out of breath to take breathing seriously. Starting today, practice conscious breathing, stay physically active, and protect your lungs from harm. Because often, longevity is not determined by how many breaths we take, but by how deeply and fully we can take them. For balance. Even small improvements can lead to major reductions in fall risk. Incorporate exercises that specifically target balance and coordination into your daily routine. Examples include standing on one foot for 30 seconds and alternating sides, walking in a straight line heel to toe, practicing walking on uneven surfaces, grass, sand, carpet, doing controlled weight shifts from side to side or front to back. Gentle movement practices like Tai Chi and yoga, proven to improve proprioception and calm the nervous system. In addition to balance-specific exercises, It's essential to strengthen the lower body and core muscles, especially the thighs, calves, glutes, and abdominal region, as these muscles support upright posture and reactive stability. Simple exercises like sit-to-stand repetitions, stair-stepping, leg lifts, and using resistance bands can be highly effective and safely done at home. Equally important is making your home a safe environment. Ensure that floors are clean and dry, remove tripping hazards like loose rugs and tangled cords, install handrails in stairways and bathrooms, and use proper lighting throughout the house. These environmental modifications are simple but can dramatically reduce fall risk. It's also important to listen to your body's early signals. Occasional wobbling, feeling unsteady when turning quickly, or frequently bumping into furniture aren't just harmless quirks. They may be your nervous system asking for support. Ignoring these signs can lead to preventable injuries that change your life in an instant. Balance isn't only about staying upright. It's about staying confident, mobile, and connected to the world. The ability to move freely without fear keeps you engaged with life. Going for walks, meeting friends, shopping independently, and even playing with grandchildren. It reinforces the idea that aging doesn't have to mean retreating. It can mean continuing to move forward, steadily and safely. If you haven't already, test your balance today. Stand tall, lift one foot, and count to 10. Whether you pass or wobble, the most important step is the one you take next, to train, to protect, and to empower your body to stand strong. 5. Sleep quality. In the pursuit of healthy aging, one factor is often overlooked despite its enormous influence on both lifespan and daily vitality. Sleep. For those over 70, sleep isn't just rest. It's a nightly repair station where the body heals, the brain restores itself, and the immune system recalibrates. A deep, consistent, and high-quality sleep is one of nature's most potent forms of medicine, one that requires no prescription and yet supports nearly every major function in the aging body. And yet, as people grow older, sleep quality often declines. Studies in geriatric health estimate that over 50% of adults aged 65 and older struggle with sleep, including difficulty falling asleep, frequent nighttime awakenings, light or fragmented sleep, and feeling unrefreshed in the morning. These disruptions don't just affect how you feel the next day. They are linked to elevated risks of cardiovascular disease, impaired immunity, cognitive decline, depression, and even early mortality. According to Harvard Medical School, older adults who consistently sleep between 6.5 and 7.5 hours per night with deep, uninterrupted cycles tend to live longer and report better mental clarity and physical health. And it's not just about the number of hours. What matters more is sleep quality, how deeply and restoratively you sleep, whether you wake up often, and how you feel upon waking. So why does sleep decline with age? One reason is the natural drop in melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating our internal clock. This leads to what's called advanced sleep phase syndrome, where people feel sleepy earlier in the evening, wake up earlier in the morning, and struggle to stay asleep throughout the night. Add to this the common presence of chronic pain, nighttime urination, anxiety, depression, and the side effects of medications, and it becomes clear why sleep is one of the most disrupted aspects of senior health. The encouraging truth is, you can dramatically improve sleep without relying on sleeping pills, which often come with risks such as dizziness, confusion, and falls. It all begins with developing what experts call sleep hygiene, a set of daily habits and environmental adjustments that promote consistent and high-quality rest. Some of the most effective strategies include going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, even on weekends, avoiding caffeine, alcohol, and large meals at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime, turning off screens, TVs, phones, tablets, at least an hour before bed to reduce blue light exposure that suppresses melatonin, keeping your bedroom cool, quiet, dark, and reserved solely for sleep and relaxation, practicing relaxing pre-sleep routines like reading, taking a warm bath, listening to calming music, or light stretching. For those who experience nighttime awakenings or difficulty falling back asleep, breathing techniques like the 4-7-8 method, guided meditation apps, or simple body scan exercises can help quiet the nervous system. If sleep disruptions persist, consider consulting a sleep specialist to screen for conditions such as obstructive sleep apnea. which is common in older adults and can silently strain the heart and brain overnight. The importance of sleep also extends to memory and emotional regulation. Poor sleep impairs the brain's ability to store and retrieve information, weakens decision-making, and leads to increased emotional sensitivity. Over time, chronic sleep deprivation can mimic the symptoms of dementia and significantly reduce quality of life. On the other hand, consistent quality sleep boosts mood-regulating hormones like serotonin, sharpens focus, and helps the immune system mount stronger defenses against infection. Contrary to the belief that older adults just need less sleep, research shows that we continue to need quality sleep to thrive, recover, and stay mentally sharp, no matter our age. So tonight, take a moment to assess how you sleep. Do you fall asleep easily? Do you wake up feeling refreshed or exhausted despite spending hours in bed? If the answer leans toward unrest, don't ignore it. Your body is sending a signal. Reclaiming your sleep might be the single most powerful thing you can do to support long-term vitality. Because health isn't just about what you do during the day. It's also about how well you allow your body to restore itself at night. And the quality of your sleep tonight may determine the strength, clarity, and energy you wake up with tomorrow, and for years to come. 6. Nutrition and eating habits. After sleep, one of the most vital factors influencing your health and lifespan after age 70 is your nutrition and eating habits. At this stage of life, what you eat is no longer just about satisfying hunger. It's about directly fueling your muscles, immune system, brain function, and overall energy. And yet, many older adults, despite feeling like they eat enough, are unknowingly slipping into functional malnutrition, losing muscle mass and essential nutrients, which silently accelerates physical decline. As we age, several physiological changes affect appetite and digestion. The senses of taste and smell may weaken, the digestive system becomes less efficient, the feeling of hunger is blunted, and metabolism slows. As a result, many older adults begin to eat less, skip meals, or rely on processed, convenience foods that lack the nutrients their aging bodies desperately need. Over time, this leads to deficiencies in protein, B vitamins, calcium, iron, zinc, and antioxidants, which support everything from cognition to heart health to bone strength. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found that among people over 70, unintentional weight loss combined with reduced appetite increased the risk of death within 12 months by up to 30%. Losing weight without trying may sound like a positive change, but in older adults, it often signals that the body has begun to break down muscle tissue for energy, leading to frailty, slower recovery from illness, and a steep decline in independence. That's why the guiding principle of nutrition in later life isn't eat less to stay lean, but rather, eat enough, eat well, eat wisely. A well-balanced diet for seniors should include high-quality protein from lean meats, eggs, fish, Greek yogurt, soy, and legumes. This is critical to preserve muscle mass and prevent sarcopenia. The recommended daily intake is at least 1.0–1.2 g of protein per kilogram of body weight. Healthy fats such as omega-3s from salmon, walnuts, flaxseed, and extra virgin olive oil. These fats reduce inflammation, support brain health, and help absorb fat-soluble vitamins. Complex carbohydrates from sweet potatoes, brown rice, oats, and whole grains that offer steady energy and support healthy digestion. Fruits and vegetables rich in antioxidants, fiber, and micronutrients that protect against cellular aging and chronic disease. Plenty of water, at least 6 to 8 cups per day, to prevent dehydration, which can cause fatigue, dizziness, and confusion. Just as important as what to eat is what to limit. Reduce or avoid processed foods, sugary snacks, trans fats, excessive sodium, and fried foods, which promote inflammation and contribute to metabolic disorders. It's also crucial not to skip breakfast. A balanced morning meal helps stabilize blood sugar, boosts energy, and supports brain function throughout the day. But nutrition is more than just biology, it's emotional, too. Food is comfort, culture, and connection. Losing interest in cooking or eating can be an early warning sign of depression or cognitive decline in older adults. Maintaining a healthy appetite and enjoying meals, even if it's something simple, can be a sign that a person is still engaged in life. For those who live alone or have lost a partner, eating can become a lonely experience. In these cases, creating rituals around meals, such as calling a friend during lunch, joining a community meal program, or preparing new recipes, can restore meaning and enjoyment. Social eating has been shown to improve both nutritional intake and emotional well-being. Even small changes can yield big results. Try adding a protein-rich food to each meal. Replace sugary snacks with nuts or Greek yogurt. Add one new vegetable to your plate each week. Prepare a colorful salad or smoothie that's easy to digest and packed with nutrients. These small habits, done consistently, can dramatically improve muscle retention, brain clarity, immune resilience, and energy. In the end, nutrition is one of the few things you control entirely, every day. You don't need fancy supplements or restrictive diets. You need simple, balanced meals that honor your body's changing needs. Think of each meal not as a chore, but as a chance to invest in your health, independence, and joy. Because longevity doesn't come from eating less. It comes from eating well with care, consistency, and the full intention of living not just longer, but stronger. 7. Emotional health and social connection. One of the most underestimated yet profoundly impactful predictors of longevity after age 70 is emotional well-being and social connection. Unlike physical indicators that can be measured with machines or tests, emotional health and human relationships are invisible threads that quietly hold together the fabric of healthy aging. Study after study has shown that chronic loneliness increases the risk of early death as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, and it may be even more dangerous than obesity or physical inactivity. In older adults, life transitions such as retirement, the loss of a spouse, children moving away, or physical limitations can lead to withdrawal from social life, resulting in feelings of isolation, loss of identity, and a diminished sense of meaning. Over time, this social disconnection lays the foundation for late-life depression, cognitive decline, poor sleep, weakened immunity, and even Alzheimer's disease. One of the most compelling findings comes from the Harvard study of adult development, a landmark research project spanning more than 80 years. It concluded that close, supportive relationships, not wealth, IQ, or fame, are the strongest predictors of long-term health and happiness. Those who maintained quality social bonds, even a few, lived longer, experienced fewer chronic illnesses, and reported greater overall well-being. Emotional well-being also serves as a psychological buffer during life's inevitable challenges: illness, grief, financial difficulties, or caregiving stress. When an older adult has someone to confide in, to laugh with, or simply to be present with, their resilience strengthens. Conversely, emotional isolation breeds rumination, stress hormone elevation, sleep disruption, and a gradual erosion of motivation and health. The good news is that connection doesn't require youth, wealth, or even perfect health. It simply requires intention. Maintaining relationships can be as simple as regular phone or video calls with family or old friends, joining a local senior center, book club, walking group, or hobby class, volunteering at a place of worship, food pantry, school, or community garden, making a habit of sharing meals even once a week with neighbors or loved ones. These small acts of connection stimulate brain activity, release feel-good hormones like oxytocin, and strengthen your emotional immune system. Social engagement keeps the mind sharp, helps regulate mood, and gives each day a sense of structure and purpose. Just as important is nurturing your inner emotional world. Finding joy in hobbies, learning something new, expressing creativity, or keeping a journal can help you reconnect with yourself. Doing what you love, even if it's planting herbs, playing an instrument, writing stories, or watching birds, reminds you that your life still has rhythm, color, and value. If you've been socially withdrawn for a long time, start with one small step. Reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Say hello to a neighbor. Sign up for a local class. Smile at someone at the park. These tiny moments, when repeated, build bridges back into the world and back to yourself. Remember, living longer is only meaningful if it's accompanied by emotional richness. Being seen, heard, and cared for, while also giving those things to others, is what makes life feel full. The feeling that you still matter, that you're still part of something larger, is not only healing for the heart, it's also protective for the body. Isolation, on the other hand, is a silent illness. It weakens the mind, dulls the senses, and shortens the years. But the antidote is within reach. It begins with one act of connection, reaching out, showing up, staying curious about people. So take a moment to reflect. Are you connected, or are you withdrawing? Do you have someone to talk to laugh with, to be yourself around? If not, it's time to change that. Because each meaningful relationship you nurture today may very well be an investment in a longer, stronger, and more joyful life. As we move past the age of 70, many people believe that health is simply at the mercy of time, that the body inevitably declines, and old age is just a waiting game for what's unavoidable. But the truth is, aging doesn't mean giving up. In fact, this stage of life might be the most powerful time when you can actively shape the quality of your remaining years. We've just explored 7 scientifically backed indicators that can predict your longevity and quality of life after 70: walking speed, grip strength, lung capacity, balance, sleep quality, nutritional habits, and emotional social well-being. Each one serves as a small mirror, quietly reflecting your current state, and a big key that can unlock the path to a healthier, longer, more meaningful life. The most encouraging part is this: none of these factors are permanent. Whether you're feeling weak or strong, connected or isolated, slow or energetic, you can still make a change. It starts with simple decisions, one day at a time. Waking up 15 minutes earlier for a walk, eating a nutritious breakfast, calling a loved one, practicing deep breathing before bed, balancing on one foot each morning, or simply smiling at yourself in the mirror. These small habits, repeated consistently, lead to big results, not just for your body but for your mind. Old age doesn't have to mark the beginning of decline. Instead, it can be the golden phase where you live more deeply, more intentionally, and more peacefully. You may not be able to rewind time, but you absolutely can extend the quality of the time you have now. And that doesn't begin at the hospital or with medications. It begins with what you choose to do today for your body, your mind, and your relationships. Remember, living longer is a gift, but living longer in strength, independence, and joy is the true treasure. If you're reading this right now, it means you care about your health and your life. That alone is a powerful first step. So take the next one. Make one small change, choose one better habit, take one action for yourself today. Because every day you stay sharp, stay active, and stay intentional, you're winning the race against time through your awareness and willpower.